All right, so it is 7:03. We do have a quorum. If David, if David comes, that's great. Maybe he'll come in later this evening. Not sure, but we can call the meeting to order. This is the Bristol Energy Committee meeting for February 19th, 2025. First item on the agenda is citizen comments and concerns. Jim or Dan, you guys have anything? Nothing from Jim, nothing from Dan. All right. Okay, the next item is the agenda. Does anybody have anything to add to the agenda or change, modify? No, hearing none. Okay. And then our monthly vote to approve the January meeting minutes. So I will make a motion. Oh, go ahead, Richard.
I'll move to approve.
I
Do we have a
second.
second?
I second.
Second from Allison. All in favor? Say aye. Yes.
I
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now the
do we
fun
put
stuff.
the meeting minutes on the town webpage?
I send them to Sharon and I send them after the meeting. I don't know if they get posted. I know the agenda gets posted, or at least usually Sharon will say agenda posted. So I guess I need to follow up on that. Are they not? Has anybody not seen them?
I just don't know if they're up to date.
Okay.
I could look into that. I could check.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Thanks, Sally. Because yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of good information in there for people who are interested. So, I mean, I know the agendas go out because I put the agendas on Front Porch Forum as well. I guess I could put the meeting minutes on Front Porch Forum, but they can get kind of long. I feel like you
Yeah.
hit a character limit. I tend to write down a lot, so
It's great.
but yeah, I think getting them posted on the website makes sense. All right, so agenda item 4, update on the EV chargers. So I did reach out to Barrett from Norwich, is it Norwich Solar? Or Norwich, is that what they're called?
Norwich Energy.
Norwich EV, yeah.
Yeah, EV.
And actually, I should say, right after our meeting last month, Barrett did he emailed me and Ian, and he said that they got the draft agreement for the EV charger, and I guess that agreement is from the state, I presume. So that happened the 24th of January. So that's a positive, momentum, I think. And then I just followed up again, last week to just kind of say, hey, how does, have you heard anything kind of thing, or how did the draft agreement look? And I guess Norwich had it says here, Barrett said that they had to rework the budget because the amount of time that had passed from when they did the grant submission versus when it was awarded. So I guess there's some budgetary modifications that Norwich had to make on their end, but Barrett didn't seem to think that would, cause any issues going forward with the project. But I still don't have a good sense of the schedule at this point. I don't know, Richard, if you heard anything else. I saw you emailed Ian too.
Yeah, I have not gotten anything back from Ian,
Okay.
probably because I imagine he's swamped right now with
Yeah, this time of year.
prep.
Right.
I was at the legislature today lobbying, and the our legislators are completely in the dark about what's the impact of the federal cuts,
Right.
and what monies are in jeopardy and what monies are not. So this stuff is just evolving, and this particular program I think was a very limited one that might have been ARPA money. Um, it was an amount that the state was allocating somewhere a little bit over 1.5 million, as I remember, to try to make sure that no region was more than 15 miles from a level 3 charger. And so it was highly restricted, highly competitive. We were really lucky to be awarded, but it might mean that the money is safe, that it's been clawed back. And one of the things that I think Amy Sheldon said today was that the state was clawing all the money that they can, that encumbering all the money that they possibly can, getting it essentially into state bank accounts. And so we may be okay, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think not even just with the changes at the state level and the federal level, but like understanding what maybe some of the priorities are now for the current legislature and the current, there's, I guess, I don't think anybody really wants to hear this, but we should probably try to be a little nimble or lower our expectations. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but just try to, think about like, yeah, this might take a little while. I mean, it had already taken how long to get to this point,
Right.
and then you kind of throw some wrenches into gears, and now it may, who knows? I mean, but the fact that Barrett got back to me, a couple days ago and still kind of sounded positive about it,
Good.
and that for what it's worth, take that for what it's worth. I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe it is already kind of the state's prerogative, and there's no. I mean, I guess there's always a possibility that it might not happen, but I think there's positive momentum still. It feels like to me for what it's
Mhm.
worth.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think I'll keep on it on the Norwich side to just see kind of if they hear anything. I know the other topic that had come up with this one was like, the beautification in that area between Shaw's and where it would go, but I think that we're kind of pretty far away from having to think about that. So just something to keep in mind, I guess. Just taking a few notes here, so bear with me.
I think
Okay.
also they were thinking about lighting at night and other improvements as well that might happen because of that
That's right.
installation. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I think I had I think somebody had talked to Ian and I don't fully remember. I'd have to look back at my notes, but is that is that space already lit? Does it already have a street light in there? I see
It
Dan's nodding
does,
his head.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's maybe not as much as you might want to for a
Right.
charging station area, but it does have some lighting, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there's some information that Wells were selling the property?
Yeah, that's correct. I don't know where the status of that is, but
Yeah, I wonder, that could really affect it.
Yeah.
The new owner might say, forget about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Good point. Yeah.
Nothing is certain.
Nothing is certain in this. It seems that way. But we'll keep on it because at this point we got to get an EV charging station in Bristol. I mean,
Yeah, geez.
we're like the inverse of an island. We got all these chargers around us, and we're the negative space, I guess. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right, next, unless anybody has anything else, the next agenda item is MERP. I think kind of maybe in a similar situation to the EV chargers. I don't know, Allison or David, if there has been any updates on where things stand with the MERP process or MERP program.
Well, as I'll let Allison add to whatever I might say, but as far I don't know anything about the status of the funding. But we are Ian has moved ahead and spoken to 4 contractors. He calls design build. I'm not sure all of them are design build folks, but anyway, he's given them the scope and they seem to be interested. So he's kind of lining up that interest. But I don't really know anything about like where we stand with the actual money. I don't know. Allison, do you have any information on that?
I don't. I know what you know.
Yeah.
I know that the money goes to the regional planning commissions, and they actually bank it. So I know that a significant amount of money was sent to them and put in escrow essentially. So there's real money in the Addison Regional Planning Commission accounts. The question is, how many projects are there and is there enough to cover all of them? So we're still kind of shooting in the dark.
Would it be
Probably
worth,
the reason to move.
would it be worth us reaching out to the new energy person at Addison County Regional Planning
Yeah.
Commission and just like introduce ourselves and invite them to a meeting?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I
Great
think so
idea.
too.
Want me to reach out to him?
Yeah.
Absolutely, that'd be great.
Yep.
And that would be the person who I guess was hired after Maddie Shropshire had left, right? That was
Yeah.
this we're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great idea.
I'll reach out to him and maybe he could come to our next meeting and just, we could just introduce ourselves and maybe he might know something.
Yeah. Yep, that's a great idea.
All right, I'll do that. And I'll let you know, Ben. So if
Okay.
we can put it on the agenda if he does.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So similar on that topic, Allison. I was connected. So the next agenda item is Addison County Energy Navigators. So I know this group has come up before in my time as an energy committee member. And now of course I can't find the email. But All Earth Renewables, Carly had connected me with, I guess, the Addison County person for Energy Navigators, and um, I wasn't sure if that was, if we wanted to maybe invite them to our next meeting to kind of talk about what they do and what their role is, or if anybody on this call, and I think Allison, you might be the person, has a little more experience with them, could kind of talk about a little bit what they do and maybe how we can collaborate with the with the BC.
So I know their director, her name's Shannon Bryant, and I first met her. Well, I guess I've known her for a long time. She went to high school with one of my brothers, and I met her, or I reacquainted with her at the Virgin's Energy Fair last fall, and we got talking, and we've kind of gone back and forth. I know that they have some training. They're doing training to get other people involved in that energy to become navigators. I kind of passed on the training this time just because I had a lot going on, but I intend to go through that training at some point. And then she has a intern working for her, and she had come to the food shelf distribution back in the fall and had handed out their pamphlet with a letter, like a cover letter. And then similarly came to the, I think it was either December, I think it might have been December or January, Veggie and Go distribution that we have at Mount Abe. And, she handed out pamphlets and a letter there just to try to get interest in the area, educate people about what the SEAC program and the Energy Navigator program is, just to kind of drum up some interest. So, yeah, I could definitely reach out. And I know that they had reached out to see if we wanted to have some sort of an event in town, like similar to what we did with, with Matt, some
Yeah.
sort of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we want to start by, talking to them at our next meeting, and then we could maybe talk through what might be next steps. I'm happy to touch base with them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's been sitting in my inbox for a while. I could just kind of pick it up a little bit and respond and say, hey, if you want, I know you've taken on most of the action items out of this meeting, Allison. So
I don't mind. I mean, I have a relationship with them.
yeah,
so
that's true. You can leverage that. Yeah, sure. Oh, that's fine then. Yeah, I mean, I
Cool.
think,
reached out to you.
well, so it was Carly initially emailed me and my wife, who's the director of
Right.
Bristol Core, and said, let me just go find it. Here we
While
go.
you're looking for that, maybe I'll say one thing about this. So, SEAC asked Bristol if we would donate money to the project. And we all went around a few different times, talked
Yes.
about it, and then we finally said, yes, we will give into the Navigator project. And and I asked, and then I noticed that the Navigator project, SEAC did not list us as one of the donators to it. And so I checked with Ian and he said, oh yeah, that, things got mixed up, the whole like grant funding or this or that. There was so much going on with the town, they didn't really process that. So that is why they didn't get money from us. And I don't know if there's anything to do about it now, but just so we know, I think it's worth us telling them, hey, we didn't blow you off. It just didn't go through the channels it needed to go through, and we didn't know that.
Was this
But
the mini MERP grant?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sally, was this, when you say we gave money or we were going to give money, you mean the town?
Yes.
The town,
I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. You're right. It's not like us. We didn't have it.
Yeah.
well, we
We were,
have,
we were suggesting to the town, give
Yeah.
it to them. Right, right.
Yeah.
Thank
Tried
you.
to politely encourage the town to go for this mini grant, and then
Yeah.
we could take some portion of that, or maybe all of it. I don't honestly. I'd have to go back and look at my notes
Yeah.
for how we discussed that. But yes, I think yeah, that was the big topic from this that I
Yeah.
remember was that saga, and then to Sally's point, it kind of just didn't end up happening. There was a lot going on, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And one of the things we had said, oh, we'll give half to SEAC and we'll keep half or something for our own things. And I don't think that went over well as
Right.
the second part of it. And I don't know how they all figured it out or if we decided, okay, let them have it all. Who knows how it happened, but it didn't happen is the
Right.
main thing.
Right.
And we should just at some point let them know that we weren't blowing them off. We expected, but it just didn't go through.
Yeah, I mean, we agreed that we thought it was a worthwhile use of time, and for whatever one reason or another. I mean, like I think we say a lot in this group. Our reach is limited, but to the extent that we have that we're empowered to do something, like we did our part, and
Yeah.
we still agree with their approach, and we support
Yeah.
what they're doing, and sort of that
Yeah.
whole that entire
Totally.
yeah. Okay. So wow, we are flying through this. The next item is just energy committee recruitment. So I think it came up at the top of this meeting. My term is up, but I'm gonna tell them I'm staying. So I will hopefully we'll get that ironed out procedurally, I think. And then we have two seats available or vacant. So I have not really posted on Front Porch Forum asking for people to or to try to recruit. So I have to do that. And yeah, if anybody knows anybody or I think we've got a good core group of people, and we always looking to grow, especially when we have two vacancies. So
How about Dan?
I mean, I don't want to push Dan. I feel like I gave the hard sell on Dan last month, and then I emailed
Okay,
him about the
okay,
hard sell too. So
okay. All right.
Dan's just our,
We're just so
And
glad
then,
he's here.
and
yeah.
then you forgot who I was, so I
I
mean,
know.
And then I completely blew it because I
you're playing
forgot.
hard to get. I don't know.
I'm about to turn 5 shades of red. No, yeah, I mean, yeah, Dan would be great, but obviously, just having even just having citizens on these meetings is important to know what's going on. So, but yeah, if anybody knows anyone. The process is very simple. It's one page, and the select board usually, why do you want to do this? Oh, great, you're in, So, um, but yeah, I mean, I think with 5 people though, like we have pretty regular attendance too, so it's not like we're struggling for momentum, I guess.
I think the more
So
the better though.
I agree. I completely
I think
agree.
it would be great to have a full hand.
Yeah. And I definitely need to post on Front Porch Forum. That's, I think, people a lot. I think that reaches a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's one of the best ways to reach people. So I'll take that as an item that I need to get better at that.
Is
If
it,
you want to share ideas about it or anything, we could do it together or anything
Yeah.
that'd be helpful,
Yeah,
whatever you want.
can I ask a clarifying question real quickly?
absolutely.
Is that the rules of order? There's supposed to be 7 spots in the energy, okay.
Correct. Yep. 7. And I think when we had I think at some point in 2024, I think that there was some not confusion, but like we kind of reorganized the way the terms were staggered so that there was a sort of a succession planning sort of element to it, so that we weren't all like, every March, all 7 of us had to get reappointed. So I think the terms kind of are staggered in that way. But I think it's 2 years, right? Can somebody fact check me on that? Right? Is it 2 years?
It might be a varied ones. I don't even know.
because I think mine's next year. So I think,
I
I
think
don't-
it's 3.
yeah, it's either 2 or 3.
2 or 3? Yeah.
I know also that actually what I'm thinking is some of them might have been 3 and some 2 to try to fix it so that it was, it got more.
Staggered. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is one time 2 people came for 1 spot and they ended up letting both be on because I think they didn't want to say no to
Mm,
someone.
yeah. So the select board can get creative if needed. I'm just taking a note here.
I'm looking at the bylaws and I can't find a number.
Actually, that's a great point that you bring that up, Richard, too, about the bylaws. I I sent those to Ian. I haven't heard anything yet. I know that that's an item that we were tracking for a while. But he's got 100 million things to worry
Yeah.
about. But that is something that's still on my radar too. But yeah, I don't know if the bylaws specify. I'm not sure.
Well, I can't find it if they do. That's interesting.
Well, I wonder though if the select board like if they have like committee like rules on like when they establish these committees, if there's just like a single governing statute or something, I don't know. I'll look into that.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Maybe they erased that part when there was that need to put 2 in. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
let's get that out of
We'll
that.
just, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Uh, okay. All right, so that's the recruitment task. And then the only thing else is other business. I mean, I know this has been a short meeting. I think, as just for this kind of bucket to talk about, things I'm kind of thinking about maybe to talk about for next month, other than like we've talked about, is potentially having Addison County Energy Navigators and um the new Regional Planning Commission point of contact. I think it might be a good time to talk about maybe farmers market coordination. I hear my wife talking about that all the time. Right now, kind of getting that set up, seeing if we want to engage with the farmers market more this year and in what ways that might be useful. So we can maybe take that as something to think about, and then we can talk about it next month.
Right while you're saying that, I
Yes.
think that could be an interesting thing to do with even other people, like, like the bike walk people and the energy committee and whatever, like,
The navigators.
yeah, and then it could be like the town, I don't know. I don't know if that's too confusing to do, or we take turns having 1 spot and different people each week. But I know I'm doing the walk to shop trolleys. I certainly want to have presence on the green with that, although I could just bring one out, to stand around, I suppose. But anyway,
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's
have,
all good thoughts. Sorry, go ahead, Allison.
I was thinking maybe we could do, and again, this is just a thought, but maybe I'm sure we could finagle something where we maybe have a table once a month. Maybe we don't need to do every week.
Mm.
Maybe once a month, and then we have we could find somebody like Sally suggested, have a guest, or focus, each month and have, I think that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I think there's enough, there's the bike, the bike walk, committee, there's the energy navigators, there's whatnot. I mean, there's enough things,
Mhm.
that go on that we could talk about. If we featured something each month, it might be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Sorry, Richard, I saw your hand was up before. I apologize. I missed that.
I, I found it says there is no limit on the number of members. However, the committee has a goal of 7 participants. So there's no limit, but our goal is 7.
And that's in the bylaws, right?
I'm sorry?
Is that in the bylaws?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, now I'm remembering that you've
Yeah.
said it.
Good to know. Yeah, I like that idea, Allison, is having a sort of way to keep it fresh if we had once a month and we coordinate with a guest or something.
A focus, yeah.
Focus, yeah. I mean, would it be, and I'm just spitballing here, but like, would it be inappropriate or whatever for all Earth Renewables to be our focus one? I don't know. I mean, they're business, so I don't really know if there's like because we would get the table. I think as a committee we get the table for like we don't have to pay for it. But
Right.
if it's a business, like I don't know. I can
Yeah,
talk to Courtney
That's true.
about it, but
You
just
think-
have a connection. You have a connection.
I do. I do. I can find out very quickly about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that.
think-
I think it's a cool idea.
I've heard that it is nonprofits, they don't cost, but All
Yes.
Earth would, a business would have to pay. And maybe they are fine with that. They'd be glad to pay once in a while, but I don't know if you can do it once in a while if you're a business. Who knows?
Right.
But like you said, you can find that out.
I can find it out very quickly. Yeah, so I think farmers market coordination can be something I'll put on the agenda for next month, and then it's probably too soon to be talking about this, but I know we missed the Harvest Festival in 2024, so do we want to maybe think about that as well? And again, we don't have to talk about it at this meeting, but it might be something to have on our radar.
Yep.
Just
Have
because
it on our
that
path, so that when as
we
soon
can
as
jump on it.
we can jump on it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we ought to reserve a table just on every year, you know.
I'll look into how quickly we can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and someone else probably should do it than me because I was one who missed it last year. And, I'm just not as tech savvy too, that I don't get in the right place and do the right thing and stuff like that.
I'll take that one, Sally. Don't worry about it. I'll take the
Okay.
ball there. I'll
That's
look into
great.
it and see how, because is it the
Commerce. It's Addison County Chamber of Commerce. I think.
okay. I got it. Yeah, Courtney knows them too, so she'll be able to tell me who I can
Is
talk
that
to, even if it's
is that who does the Harvest Festival?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think they
Yeah.
took over that.
I thought it was
Hi,
Bristol.
Dan.
No. And yeah, it's the chamber. And they really begin early and everyone is just lined up to jump on those sites. Because people are making money on those and that's their businesses and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
they go fast.
hmm Yeah, I'll look into it. I'll have I'm gonna make a goal of mine to be ready to talk about what I learned next month. I'll be able to tell you what I've learned. So I'll look into it to see
Right.
what the timelines are, because I'm sure there's probably a window for when things open and that sort of thing. So
Mhm.
but if it's the Addison County Chamber of Commerce, I can
Yeah.
I can start there at least.
Yeah.
And then this is something that actually I was thinking about too, that we can maybe and I don't know if it really makes sense, but I know the 4th of July, obviously that's the 4th of July event is a big deal. And we don't have to like agree on this, but just something to think about. Does it make sense for us to have a presence there? I mean, that's like the biggest event in the whole thing, and it seems like it's more like a party almost. So I don't know if it really makes sense, but
Yeah,
just throwing it out there.
yeah. I don't think it is a time when people want to talk about cold weather and weatherization or anything like
Good
that. They're
point.
sweating and eating popsicles, and
Right, right.
yeah.
It's a good point. I mean, it seems like it's the biggest event in the town, but yeah, it's just not. It doesn't really seem like
Well,
it aligns.
well, I mean, one thing we could do is we could be in the parade and do all kinds of things if we wanted and really
True. That's
show
right. We
off
did talk about that Yeah, that's
that,
right. We could
you
be
know.
in. That's true.
But I suppose I guess if we're going to be in there, we could be, instead of being in there, we could do a booth. And same idea. I see what you mean. Tons of people see us.
It's a big eyeballs thing.
Yeah,
That's all. That's the only reason why it came to my
yeah,
mind. But if it doesn't make sense, then again, we can think about it. But it
yeah,
seems,
yeah.
We could be in the parade. Why wouldn't we do that?
what would our float be? I guess we'd have to have an EV,
Oh,
right?
walk.
Yeah, we
Okay,
don't
don't
have
sure.
to, we
don't wanna
definitely aren't going to do anything with the fossil fuel. We're going to
go
be doing
on our
something.
bikes or
Yeah.
Bike and pedestrian energy
Bike
committee
walk,
combo.
pedestrian.
We combined with the bike and pedestrian committee, and
Yes.
we are the people powered float of the parade.
Totally. People powered non-float.
Non-float. That's right. I don't know. We can just think about it. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
something I know. I think about big events in the town where we can, reach more people, and that's just kind of what
now
got
we've
me.
also talked in the past about having an EV car
Mhm.
thing. We've never been able to pull it off because we never could figure out like the right time to do it. But
Well, we've
what
done it.
about Green Up Day?
We've done it EV
Oh,
there.
okay,
We've
but
had,
we've talked about doing it again, right?
yeah,
There
yeah,
were a
we
bunch
did
of
it.
EVs, there were a bunch of EV cars in it last year
In the parade?
in the parade. Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily, whatever. It's not entertaining really, but people just see EVs.
Mhm.
I'm,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. I wasn't suggesting doing it. I was just saying that it
Yeah,
happened.
it has happened in the past. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had EVs here and people could drive them.
Mm. Mm.
Seems like a long time ago.
Oh, Richard, are you talking about 4th of July or no? You're talking about, we used to have them on the green to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah,
not Fourth of
that's a
July.
good event. That's a
Yeah,
really good event.
I think that makes more sense than
Yeah,
trying to. I agree that the 4th of July people are
yeah,
not particularly thinking about practical things.
yeah,
No,
Right.
yeah. And
Jim,
Please,
oh,
Jim, enlighten us.
Anybody checked with the high school to see if they have a science program? If they have a science program, if they may, have like parents will show up to the science program, you can coordinate with them.
That is a
They
great
may need
idea.
that
Yeah.
type of thing.
good idea.
That's a great idea, Jim.
seem like an electric car thing, or
Yeah, they might be doing a science project on energy.
Yeah,
right. That's a great idea.
true. That's true. I mean, I'm sure they're learning about energy there, and some kids are really interested because it's
Yeah, I mean,
it's
all
a good
the
tech path.
learning physics. I mean, I'm sure there's a science club maybe or something like that where, yeah, that's a great idea, Jim.
There's an environmental club as well.
There you
Yes,
go.
there is.
Okay, all good stuff. Man, I feel like we had the most discussion under other business. The free for all. Uh, okay. Well, I don't unless anybody has any other business. I think got a decent amount to focus on, and yeah, I think we'll target maybe having at least one, maybe two guests for next month's meeting. We'll see if it works, and then yeah, in the meantime, I'll keep asking about the EV charger, and we'll have. I think next month we'll get through we'll get through town meeting, and maybe we'll get a little more. We can get some more definition on MERP and where things stand, and then and then we can kind of focus on the warmer months and how we can get out there again. So,
Sounds great.
all right. Does anybody have anything else? If not, we'll call it 7:39 p.m.
Nice.
That's like a record. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I set the agenda, so I can.
Yeah. Well, we had some good conversation.
Yeah, that was good.
Great.
That was good.
Excellent.